I mean, we could just stand in different places and just, yeah, and just, we could have a little script, and after 2 minutes worth. Well, no, they'll come up. One person, I mean, if I start, they'll come up to me, and then a couple of other people start up, and then, you know, what are they going to do? So I'm sorry, officer, I was just looking for Speaker's Corner.
What happened, Heiko? What, you went in the park?
No, I haven't done anything yet.
Oh, right.
It depends whether they're regular police and they
No,
know
I haven't done
us.
anything yet. No, I don't put it on now. And if you don't stream it now, because... Oh, you're streaming now, eh?
No, it's just a recording.
I don't want to stream now, because it gives them too much intel.
What have you been up to anyway lately?
Research. I've got all my research in my bags.
Head in the book.
I've discovered the smoking gun.
Yeah?
Actually, I think I've discovered the smoking gun, yeah. SARS never went away. I've got evidence for it. SARS never went away.
This was quite a while
And and the man who revealed this is Zhou Nanshan. And Zhou Nanshan was the guy in charge of the campaign in China fighting SARS and fighting SARS-CoV-2. So the man in charge of China's campaign over the last 20 years, 17 years, revealed that SARS did not disappear. And he did this in a study that he published in 2012. So that's one thing, but there's more to it than that.
Right.
That gives you a...
What's been happening with Piers as well? I heard like he got arrested and then released and...
they just constantly arresting Piers, yeah. He's obviously public enemy number one. And he's doing fine, standing for Mayor of London. I've got to go and meet my mate by the cafe.
Nice one.
I'll see you over there, maybe.
Yeah.
Steve. So what do you think about all of this? All of what? This March, April jabs and all of that.
Well, I hope. I mean, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess, when Boris gives his announcement. But you know, they're saying that the government wants to open all schools across the board from the 9th of March or whenever it is, and apparently the unions are all pushing back. So I really hope Boris stands up to the unions, because kids' lives are being absolutely destroyed. It's soulless being at home, not going to meet their friends, completely destroying a whole generation. So that has to be the priority. And the bloody militant unions trying to delay it and stop it, they've got to be put back in their box.
I mean, the union, they refuse the teachers to take the jab. Okay, so if they want all the classes to restart, get the teachers to take the jab first, so they'll be immunized.
But you know, there was a plan to like regularly test the kids, and the plan was for the teachers to do that, and they've refused to do that.
So you think it's just going to be a gradual opening up?
Well, so beyond schools, yeah, I think it will. I just hope it's not too slow and not too gradual. So I think I read something, and the fact that they leak it out, don't they, just to kind of test the how people feel. And you know, I've read things about pubs not opening up until July, and then still with like conditions and numbers and outside and what have you. It's just ridiculous. We're completely...
But the problem is, it's not just that. It's because London relies on a lot of tourism. Now, if the tourists don't come, London will not get back on its feet. No. And you can see from the skylines, there's no more aeroplanes. And every tourist that comes into the country has to go into a quarantine system. So unless you kickstart tourism, London is not going to get back to normal.
Until we can open the borders, nothing's going to happen.
A lot of the, you know, in London, a lot of the cafes, bars, restaurants, pubs, they're just not going to reopen. They're just screwed. They're not going to come back. All the little independent ones, like the big chains, like, you know, your Wetherspoons and what have you, they will survive, hopefully. But all the little independent places, they're not going to come back. And nightclubs, like, you know, the night industry. I mean, I think most nightclubs and stuff and late night bars, they're independent. And I just can't see they're going to come back. And they were having a difficult time as it was before
It's not going to extend further, I can't say. I mean, otherwise...
Well, in a way, yeah, you say that, but then also, you know, the public debt is like bigger than it's ever been outside of wartime.
I appreciate that.
Trillions.
I do appreciate that.
So how you know, that can't just continue, can it? And you are only putting off the inevitable of people being made unemployed. And to be honest, you know, is that going to be the point when people start getting angry about it and hitting the streets? Because they ain't doing it at the moment. I went to the thing yesterday in Turnham Green in Chiswick, where there was a little anti-lockdown protest. I mean, there was more than the last few that I've seen, but still, no more than 50. And that was like broadcast on the web, on the internet and stuff. And you think people are just scared.
Well, people are just happy sitting around collecting their furlough, I suppose.
Well, exactly.
You know, some people don't really want the, you know, as they say, it's the gift that keeps giving, you know, this COVID.
But look at so many other European countries where there have been mass demonstrations.
Germany,
For
Netherlands,
example.
Holland, they kicked off the fire of France.
Yeah, not in Britain, no. Not in a little apathetic, sleepy Britain.
Well, they were happy for the Marble Arch to be shut down with the what do you call it, the environmental
Extinction
protesters.
rebellion.
Extremely, yeah, 2 weeks it was shut down. And the police were protecting them as well.
And the Shia Muslims.
Yeah, that was
the
October,
super,
wasn't it?
that was a super spreader event, by the way.
Right, yeah. There wasn't much social distancing, that's for sure.
No, that's true.